Welcome to the Malfunkt10n Radio, powered by God Access. I'm Genesis, your guide into the chaos of cybersecurity, pen testing, and red teaming. From hacking systems to exposing vulnerabilities, we're here to break things and build them back stronger. If it's not malfunctioning, we're not doing it right. Now, over to your hosts, Adam and Eve, for today's breakdown.
Imagine uncovering, intricate details about 7 high-profile billionaires in under 30 minutes, all from information they've, unknowingly left online. That's not some fantasy from a spy novel. It's the astounding reality of the digital footprint. And today, we're taking a deep dive into exactly how that kind of investigation is conducted. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. This is where we sift through fascinating sources to bring you the most important nuggets of knowledge, maybe some surprising facts, and hopefully just enough humor to keep you hooked. Our mission today, to explore a new, really cutting-edge tool in the world of open source intelligence, or OSINT. And we're going to witness firsthand how it illuminates the digital lives of even the most, let's say, guarded public figures. We're dissecting this really intriguing piece titled, Behind the Screens, How I Exposed 7 Billionaires in 30 Minutes. So get ready for some truly eye-opening revelations about what our online lives truly expose. And maybe, just maybe, a few thoughts about your own digital presence along the way. Hashtag tag the deep dive into digital footprints. The next generation of digital investigations. Gosearch. Okay, so let's kick things off by setting this stage a bit. For many years, if you wanted to track digital footprints across the web, most OSINT investigators, they had this one trusty tool they always reached for, Sherlock. It was a real game changer back in its day, wasn't it? Completely revolutionized username searching.
Oh, absolutely.
It automated what used to be just a painfully manual process.
Yeah, before Sherlock, you were literally typing usernames one by one into site after site, social media, forums, obscure corners of the internet.
Right. Tedious doesn't even begin to cover it.
Exactly. Slow, error-prone, incredibly mind-numbing work. Sherlock just boom, automated that whole workflow.
Yeah, allowed investigators to quickly gather potential matches across a whole load of platforms.
Yeah.
It really boosted the efficiency of that initial reconnaissance phase.
For sure. It became the absolute go-to for anyone doing this kind of work, no question about it.
But, it's quite remarkable, isn't it, how quickly technology evolves?
It really is. What was revolutionary yesterday can start to feel, a bit dated surprisingly fast.
Yeah, while Sherlock was groundbreaking, held its crown for a good while, the digital landscape is just constantly shifting, isn't it?
Constantly. New platforms pop up, old ones change their APIs or structures, and the sheer volume of data we generate online just explodes year after year. It's exponential.
So for OSINT tools to stay effective, they really need to keep pace.
They have to. They need to constantly adapt. That means incorporating new data sources, improving efficiency, optimizing for speed, and crucially, integrating new types of intelligence.
Right. Without that continuous evolution, even the best tools, like Sherlock, eventually become less sharp, less comprehensive.
And ultimately less useful in a field that really demands real-time, cutting-edge capabilities. It's like trying to navigate a modern city with a map from 10 years ago.
You're going to miss a lot of the new roads, the new connections.
Exactly. You'll get lost pretty quick.
And that perfectly leads us, actually, to a fresh contender, a new player stepping into this arena, Gosearch. Apparently, this project initially started out as just a learning exercise, someone playing around with the Go programming language.
That's often how great tools start, isn't it?
Seems so. But it quickly evolved into something far more significant. This isn't just another username scanner. It's really designed to be a potent addition to the OSINT arsenal. It kind of expands the horizons of what's possible in digital investigation. Now, for me, what truly elevates Gosearch, what are its key differentiators? Well, first off, its expansive reach.
Right.
Gosearch isn't just dipping its toes in. The source says it scours over 300 websites.
300? That's a significant number.
Think about that for a moment. That's a massive leap in coverage compared to older tools. It means a significantly higher chance of finding relevant traces of a target across a vastly broader digital landscape.
Absolutely. More nets in the water, basically.
Exactly. Then there's its underlying design for speed and accuracy, which is, absolutely crucial in time-sensitive investigations.
You can't afford to wait hours for results.
Right. And you certainly don't want false positives derailing your whole effort. Gosearch is apparently engineered for efficiency, providing quick and, importantly, reliable hits.
Speed and reliability, key components.
But the truly compelling aspect, for me anyway, is its integrated threat intelligence. This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Gosearch doesn't just find where a username exists. It takes this crucial step further. It integrates real-world threat intelligence directly from Hudson Rock's cybercrime database.
Hudson Rock, yeah, they have a massive repository of breached data.
Exactly. So Gosearch shows where that username has been compromised.
Compromised meaning?
Meaning it includes exposed passwords, often from what are known as info stealer infections.
Ah, info stealers. Nasty stuff.
Right. For listeners, info stealers are basically malicious software designed to secretly siphon off sensitive data logging credentials, credit card numbers, other personal info, right from a victim's computer.
So it grabs usernames, passwords, sometimes browser cookies, crypto wallets.
The works. So this tool isn't just passively collecting public data. It's actively telling you if that digital identity has already been breached, potentially revealing highly sensitive information.
That is a significant paradigm shift in OSINT, isn't it?
It feels like it.
It moves beyond just passive data collection, simply finding where a username might exist to active risk identification.
Right, identifying actual risk.
For security professionals, this is a game changer. They're not just mapping a digital footprint anymore. They're identifying real-world vulnerabilities, potential attack vectors, immediate threats based on actual compromises.
So it gives them a crucial layer of insight into someone's or even an organization's security posture.
Precisely. It highlights exactly where and potentially how their digital presence might be weak because of existing breaches that have already happened.
It's not just what info is out there, but what threats that info poses.
Exactly. That's the critical distinction.
And this brings up a crucial point for you, the listener, right? Consider what it means for your own digital security if a tool can so easily link your public profiles, like your social media handle, with known data breaches.
Yeah, that Twitter handle you use everywhere could suddenly be connected to a password stolen years ago from some random forum you forgot you even signed up for.
Exactly. This integrated intelligence really illustrates the long tail of digital compromise. How seemingly disparate online activities can converge to expose sensitive personal data.
It's a stark reminder that even old or forgotten accounts can harbor critical vulnerabilities just waiting to be discovered by tools like this. 2. Getting started with Gosearch. From setup to first discoveries.
Now, apparently, getting started with Gosearch is designed to be remarkably simple, which is always a plus.
Always good, yeah. Lower barrier to entry.
For those comfortable with command line tools, it's just a quick installation process. A simple go install command downloads the Gosearch binary.
Standard Go installation. Pretty straightforward if you have Go set up.
And then moving the binary to the local bin directory allows it to be launched from anywhere on the system, making it user-friendly even for command line stuff.
Yeah, makes it easy to access. No need to navigate to a specific folder every time.
So this ease of setup means you could basically go from zero to investigation in just a few minutes. It makes it incredibly accessible for anyone wanting to, delve into OSINT without a huge learning curve just for installation.
That accessibility is key for broader adoption.
Okay, so with the tool ready, the author of our source material began an initial username hunt. They start with a pretty familiar target, the username associated with the Prime energy drink.
Ah, the Logan Paul and KSI venture. Very high profile.
Exactly. The username was Drink Prime. The command used was straightforward. Go search uDrink Prime.
Simple enough. Feed it the username.
And the results were apparently immediate and plentiful. It showed a lot of green hits, which in Gosearch indicate a high probability that this username is actually listed on the relevant platforms.
So lots of potential matches found quickly.
Right. It brought back a long list of potential matches across various services. But here's where Gosearch really showed its advanced capabilities right from the start. It also displayed some redacted passwords from that Hudson Rock cybercrime intelligence database we mentioned.
Redacted, so parts hidden.
Yeah, parts of the actual password were hidden, for privacy and security. But their very presence confirmed a breach associated with that username.
So even if you don't see the full password, you know it's been compromised somewhere.
Exactly. And these weren't just any passwords. They were specifically tagged as exposed through infostealer infections, directly tied to instances where the Drink Prime username had been compromised.
Wow. So right away, you're seeing evidence of credential theft linked to the brand's username.
Yep. It offers immediate insight into potential compromises, even for a big brand account like Drink Prime, which you might assume would be, rigorously protected.
It really underscores a crucial point. Even large, high-profile entities and their online identities are not immune to these widespread data breaches that expose credentials. Info stealers are indiscriminate.
So for an investigator, discovering these redacted passwords right out of the gate is incredibly valuable, right?
Hugely valuable. It shifts the focus immediately. You're not just finding a presence, you're assessing the security posture. You're looking at exploitable weaknesses linked to that digital identity from the get-go.
It highlights how pervasive these info stealer infections are and how easily even well-known digital footprints can carry the baggage of past breaches.
It's a definite wake-up call. Even a seemingly strong digital presence can have significant underlying vulnerabilities just waiting to be found.
Okay, so while Gosearch delivered a lot of hits for Drink Prime, this initial success quickly highlighted a pervasive challenge in OSINT, the rabbit hole problem.
Ah, the classic rabbit hole, easy to fall down.
I've definitely done that myself. You start researching something seemingly simple, and hours later you're reading about something completely unrelated.
Happens to the best of us.
So after meticulously checking all the links and profiles Gosearch found, the investigator discovered that only the brand's official Instagram page was genuinely, official.
Only one out of all those hits.
Yeah. The vast majority of other results were either fan pages or, deliberate attempts by other people to generate traffic by squatting on the username on various platforms.
Username squatting, also very common.
But the really deep rabbit hole, the major distraction, was an entirely separate Indian water purifier brand called drinkprime.in.
A water purifier. Okay, that's different.
Totally different. This company launched back in 2016, apparently, and had already established a significant online presence. So it dominated many of the search results for the term Drink Prime.
Ah, so the signal-to-noise ratio got challenging.
Exactly. Initially, it looked highly related, but nope, entirely distinct entity. It led to a significant amount of irrelevant data that had to be carefully filtered out. It's a really stark reminder of how easily you can get sidetracked.
This rabbit hole scenario is, as you said, pervasive in OSINT and frankly in any kind of extensive online research. It just highlights that raw data, while abundant and sometimes seemingly relevant, absolutely requires careful curation and critical thinking. You have to avoid being misled by stuff that looks related but is ultimately irrelevant.
It's not just about the quantity of data you find.
Not at all. It's about the quality and the verified relevance of that data to your specific target. An effective investigator needs to develop a really keen eye for distinguishing genuine connections from just coincidental matches or sometimes deliberate misdirection.
So the tool, Gosearch, excels at finding all the data.
Right, it casts a wide net. But the human element, that discernment, is absolutely essential to interpret those results correctly and avoid wasting valuable time chasing false leads.
It underscores that principle that OSINT is really a blend, isn't it? Powerful tools plus nuanced human intelligence.
Absolutely. The tools give you the breadth, the scale, but your critical thinking provides the depth and the accuracy.
And for you, the listener, this is a lesson in how easily you too could fall into similar traps when researching online.
Definitely. Whether you're fact-checking a news story, looking up info about a person, whatever it is, the sheer volume of search results can easily mask the true relevance. It just emphasizes the need for discernment, for cross-verification in pretty much everything you encounter online. 3. Scaling investigations. Automating username generation.
Okay, so that initial Drink Prime example was pretty straightforward because we started with a known username, Drink Prime. Easy.
Right, the starting point was clear.
But here's the challenge, and it's a common one. What if you don't know the exact username? What if all you have is a person's first and last name?
Yeah, a much more typical scenario in many investigations.
Exactly. Gosearch, while it's powerful for a single username, is designed for one entry at a time. That poses a significant hurdle for broader searches where you might need to test dozens, maybe even hundreds of possible username variations.
Manually running Gosearch for every single permutation, that would be incredibly slow and inefficient.
Totally impractical for any kind of comprehensive investigation.
You'd be there all day.
This is where another clever tool comes into play, according to the source. Username anarchy.
Username anarchy. Sounds fun.
It directly addresses this problem.
Yeah.
It takes a target's first and last name. The source uses a fictional example like Elliot Alderson from Mr. Robot.
Ah, good example.
And then it automatically generates a comprehensive list of potential usernames.
How does it do that? Permutations.
Exactly. It applies different permutations and combinations. Elliot.Alderson, Alderson.E, Elliot Alderson 1. maybe initials, common separators like underscores or periods.
Gotcha. So it creates a big list of possibilities based on the name.
Right. It creates this rich input file, like a usernames.txt file, filled with potential usernames that can then be tested systematically. It gives you a much, much wider net to cast.
Okay, that makes sense. Generates the candidates.
But you still need to feed those candidates into Gosearch one by one, right? Which is where the automation comes in.
Bridging the gap.
Exactly. To really streamline this process and connect username anarchy's output with Gosearch's single username input, a simple but apparently incredibly effective Python script was created.
Custom scripting, the glue that holds many OSINT workflows together.
Seems like it. The process is elegantly designed for efficiency. First, you run username anarchy, generate your usernames.txt file, which is now brimming with possibilities.
Step 1, get the list.
Then, this custom Python script takes that usernames.txt file as its input. It loops through each potential username listed in the file, one by one.
Okay, standard loop.
But here's the efficiency booster. It runs Gosearch for each username simultaneously. It uses something called thread pool executor in Python to process up to 10 searches at once.
Parallel processing. Nice. That speeds things up considerably.
Hugely. And finally, to keep everything meticulously organized, it saves the output for each username in its own dedicated file within a directory called Gosearch results.
Good organization is crucial when you're dealing with lots of data.
Absolutely. And the real genius here, according to the author, is that this script returns the results for all those potential usernames within just a few minutes.
Minutes. Potentially hundreds of searches.
Yeah. It transforms what could be hours, maybe even days, of manual, repetitive work into rapid, automated processing.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
It really showcases a core principle in advanced OSINT, doesn't it?
Which is?
Intelligently combining specialized tools like Gosearch for the checking and username anarchy for the generation and then scripting them together, you overcome the limitations of each individual tool and achieve massive scalability.
So it's about building a smarter workflow.
Exactly. You build an advanced pipeline that can sift through vast amounts of potential data quickly and comprehensively. It dramatically reduces the manual effort, turning what would normally be an overwhelming task into minutes of automated processing.
Which frees up the investigator's time, presumably.
Precisely. It allows investigators to focus their valuable time on analyzing the results, finding the actual insights, rather than getting bogged down in the tedious work of data collection.
So, for you, the listener, this really demonstrates how experts can transform what seems like an overwhelmingly complex and time-consuming task.
Like checking hundreds of usernames.
Into a manageable, really powerful research pipeline. It's not just about having the right tools, but knowing how to integrate them, how to automate them, ensuring no digital stone is left unturned.
That kind of ingenuity is what truly amplifies the capabilities of OSINT. It makes seemingly impossible investigations not only possible, but incredibly efficient. 4. Hunting the sharks, a real-world OSINT case study.
All right. Now, with Gosearch humming along and this automation script ready to go, the author of our source material wanted to test it on, well, a real person, or rather a group of real people.
Putting it to the test with actual targets.
Exactly. The inspiration for this particular deep dive came from watching a trailer for some reality TV show featuring a well-known Indian businessman, Ashnir Grover.
Ashnir Grover. Very prominent figure, especially after Shark Tank India.
Right. Watching the trailer immediately reminded the author of Grover's role as a shark on Shark Tank India.
Makes sense. He was quite memorable on that show.
So, for those of you listening who might not be familiar, Shark Tank India is a hugely popular TV show over there. Aspiring entrepreneurs pitch their business ideas to a panel of successful investors, the sharks.
Hoping to get funding and mentorship.
Exactly. They're looking for crucial funding, invaluable mentorship to grow their ventures. It's modeled, of course, after the highly successful American series Shark Tank.
And it's become a massive platform for Indian startups.
For sure. Provides incredible exposure and financial support. So with that context, the investigation decided to focus on the original 7 sharks from season 1 of the show.
The OG7.
Okay. These influential figures were Aman Gupta, Anup Mittal, Ghazal Allah, Namita Thapar, Piyush Bansal, Fanita Singh, and of course the man who sparked the idea, Ashnir Grover himself.
A high-profile group. Should be interesting to see what Gosearch finds.
My thoughts exactly. So without further ado, let's dive into what Gosearch uncovered about these prominent figures. Let the hunt for digital breadcrumbs begin. B. Deep dive into individual sharks' digital footprints. Okay, we'll begin with Aman Gupta. He's often known as the boat boss.
Right, co-founder of the Boat Electronics brand. Hugely successful.
Yeah, Indian entrepreneur, angel investor, co-founder, and chief marketing officer, the CMO of Boat. The investigation started by feeding one of his known usernames, Malfunkt10n into Gosearch.
Okay, Malfunkt10n. Let's so.
It quickly returned a bundle of results. Among the green flags, those potential matches, some were dead ends, like a Spotify link that didn't really show any useful profile info.
Common enough. Not every hit is gold.
But others were quite revealing. An X account, formerly Twitter, was found. Interestingly, it was redirected from an old Periscope link. Remember Periscope?
Vaguely. Shows how old some of these digital traces can be.
Exactly. More notably, though, an old Instagram profile surfaced. This one has 0 posts and only a little over 100 followers.
Minimal activity. Why is that valuable?
Well, the author identified it as a valuable find, precisely because it likely predates his widespread fame. It potentially reveals more intimate personal connections from a time when he wasn't quite as guarded, The follower list itself could be interesting.
Mapping early connections. Clever.
There was also a Telegram channel belonging to Mr. Gupta found, showing posts related to his recent whereabouts, apparently. Snapchat was noted but deemed less useful without being logged in, so that was kind of skipped over.
Makes sense. Snapchat's tricky for OSINT unless you're connected.
And curiously, with this specific username, Malfunkt10n, no leaks related to his brand, like Boatmasters or similar, were found.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
So these initial findings were a decent start, but nothing truly groundbreaking yet. So the investigator did the next logical thing, Googled them.
Standard OSINT practice. Combine tools with basic search.
Found his current official Instagram account, which uses the username Boatsalmon.
Boatsam. Makes sense, connecting to the brand.
Right. So as expected, this new username was also put through Gosearch. The results here were primarily his official Instagram page, which was already known now, and a Facebook page described as kinda dead.
So mostly confirming the known official presence.
Pretty much. But then a particularly striking detail emerged from the profile pictures.
Oh.
What was it? On both his official Instagram and that kinda dead Facebook page, the profile pictures featured Aman Gupta wearing a suit and standing prominently in front of a Mercedes.
Okay, flexing the Merc. Pretty standard stuff for a successful entrepreneur.
True, but the investigator zoomed in, focused on the number plate, and an anomaly immediately caught their attention.
What was wrong with it?
It started with the letters EW, which apparently doesn't match any state license plate format in India.
Huh. That is unusual. Could it be custom?
That was the initial thought. Maybe custom plates.
Yeah.
But the investigator dug deeper, looked online for similar number plates, did a reverse image search on the plate itself, and confirmed that it actually belonged to the EU.
The European Union, okay.
Specifically, there was a letter F visible in the blue region on the side of the plate, which strongly indicated France.
France. Wow, okay. That's unexpected.
Right. The car itself was identified as a Mercedes-Benz S-Class. So suddenly, this profile picture revealed a French connection.
That is fascinating. The insight there is how a seemingly minor visual detail, like that license plate, when you actually scrutinize it and cross-reference it, can unravel a totally unexpected geographical connection.
It's a classic example of OSINT, isn't it? Small details leading to big insights.
Absolutely. This observation suddenly hints at Aman Gupta's international travels, or maybe even ownership of assets outside India. It illustrates the remarkable depth of information you can derive from what just looks like a simple image.
Adds another layer to his profile, beyond just the Indian business stuff. Suggests a broader global presence or interest you wouldn't immediately guess.
Precisely. It shows how visual data can be just as important as textual data in OSINT. Though the source did note that while they identified the country, France, further tracking of specific cars online in France proved difficult. So there are limits.
Good point. Okay, next up is Anupam. He's often called the matchmaker.
Right, founder and CEO of People Group, the parent company of Shaadi.com, the big matrimonial site.
Exactly. Indian entrepreneur, angel investor. For Anupam, the initial Gosearch was performed using the pretty obvious username, Anupam.
Makes sense. Let's see what popped up.
The results showed a cluster of associated accounts, but interestingly, the report highlights that no relevant compromised passwords belonging specifically to the Anupam, the target, were found in the various data breaches linked to that username.
So maybe he used unique passwords, or maybe accounts under that exact name weren't in those specific breaches Gosearch checks.
Could be. But before diving deep into the online accounts found by Gosearch, something else caught the investigator's eye. The domain name, anupammidl.com, enumeration.com.
Checking the personal domain. Good move.
When they navigated to it, it redirected to enupammidl.com.wordpress.com.
A WordPress blog. Old school.
Turned out to be a personal blog that Anupam apparently maintained himself up until late 2016.
Personal blogs can be gold mines for older thoughts and connections.
Absolutely. The content was quite revealing. The latest post was about his niece, who had just turned 21 back in November 2016. He described their relationship, her growth as an artist. Very personal stuff.
Wow, okay.
And earlier posts showed his opinions on a diverse range of topics: technology, politics, business. It offered a real personal glimpse into his thoughts and interests from those years.
That's a significant find. Direct insight into his past thinking.
Then, the investigator Googled info about his niece based on the blog post.
Following the breadcrumb trail.
And bingo. The same article about her turning 21 appeared on Medium, published a few months later in February 2017. And crucially, this Medium article explicitly named her Elisha Khandelwal.
Got the name. That opens up new avenues.
It sure did. The Medium article also provided a hyperlink to her now inactive Facebook profile. But further investigation into Elisha Khandelwal revealed her educational background.
Where did she study?
Byrne College of Art in Ireland, then completed her BFA in photography at the Massachusetts College of Art and Design in Boston. It also shows she's now residing back in Mumbai, and even led the investigator to her current active Instagram profile.
Okay, so a full profile built on the niece, starting from the uncle's old blog. But this brings up a critical point in OSINT, doesn't it? Why is researching a family member relevant when you're targeting the main individual, Anupam, in this case?
Good question. It feels a bit indirect.
It might seem indirect, but information about close family members can significantly increase the success rate of future attacks, particularly social engineering attacks. Well, knowing details about close family names, locations, recent events, like a niece's art career, provides leverage. An attacker could craft highly believable phishing emails or pretext phone calls. Imagine getting a message saying, "Hi Anupam, Elisha mentioned you might be interested in this art gallery opening."
It makes the bait much more convincing.
Exactly. It bypasses suspicion because it uses familiar, trusted connections. It's a critical angle for understanding someone's potential vulnerabilities in their broader network.
Yeah.
It's not about attacking the family member directly, but about understanding a crucial facet of the target's life that could be exploited in influence operations or compromise attempts.
Right. It expands the potential attack surface through trusted connections.
Precisely. Okay, so back to Anupam. Like with Aman Gupta, the investigator also looked up Anupam's current Instagram handle, which is anupamiddle.me.
Okay.
Put that through Gosearch. But this only yielded that one official Instagram page, which was already known. Not much new there.
Okay. Dead end.
Not quite. Remember that personal blog?
The WordPress one, yeah.
What was the username associated with that blog? It wasn't anupamiddle.me. It was eggmiddle.
Eggmiddle.
Yeah.
A different variation. Maybe his initials.
Could be. This is why looking across different platforms and noting username variations is so essential. A single lead, like an old blog username, can unravel a whole new set of information.
So they ran Gosearch on Eggmiddle.
They did, and that search revealed more potential entries.
Like what?
It uncovered an old YouTube channel belonging to Anupam Middle. It featured 2 family videos uploaded 12 years ago, super old, including one of his father singing.
Wow, very personal.
Yeah, and the channel's playlists offered a candid glimpse into his past interests, music he liked, things he watched back then. There was also this mysterious comment from someone named Victoria Downing 11 years ago on one of the family videos.
Victoria Downing.
Yeah, the comment suggested familiarity, like they knew the family, but the investigator noted that no direct online link between her and Anupam Mitchell was found during this specific search. Could be an old friend, relative, colleague. Hard to say without more digging.
Interesting little loose end there.
Yeah.
Anything else from Eggmiddle?
Yes, an old private Instagram account under that username was also discovered, similar to the one found for Aman Gupta.
Private, so you can't see the posts.
Right, but the follower-following list, even on a private account, can potentially hold a list of his more intimate, older connections. Though its private nature limited further direct exploration in this quick investigation, other profiles found under Eggmiddle, like SlideShare and Facebook, apparently yielded no useful data.
Got it. So the blog username was key to finding that older layer of his digital life.
Exactly. Persistence and checking variations paid off.
Okay, let's move on to our third shark, Ghazal Allah. She's often referred to as the Mama Shark.
Right. Co-founder of Mama Earth, the toxin-free personal care brand, also very successful.
She's an Indian entrepreneur, investor, and also an artist. A Gosearch was run on her likely username, Gazala.
Gazala. Okay, what did that turn up?
It yielded several findings. There was a Tumblr account, which, upon inspection, seemed to be primarily used for SEO boosting, maybe linking back to Mama Earth or her personal brand.
Using Tumblr for SEO. Interesting tactic.
Her official Instagram account was found, as expected. A Clubhouse profile also popped up. The source noted this as a potential medium for direct engagement, hearing her speak if she was active there.
Clubhouse was big for a while, could offer voice insights.
Her Twitter handle was found and also a Pinterest profile. But notably, the report mentions that no leaked passwords associated with her specific username, Gazala, were found in the breaches checked by Gosearch.
Okay, so a collection of official or semi-official profiles, but maybe less depth or fewer compromised accounts compared to the others so far.
Seems that way.
Well, this showcases something important, doesn't it? While Gosearch is incredibly comprehensive in its reach, scanning those 300-plus sites, the depth of actionable or revealing information you find can vary significantly between individuals.
Right. Not everyone leaves the same trail.
Exactly. Some targets, even prominent public figures, simply have a less extensive or maybe less revealing digital footprint. Or perhaps they practice better digital hygiene, use unique usernames across platforms, or haven't been caught in major breaches linked to those specific usernames.
So it doesn't mean the tool failed.
Not at all. It just highlights the need for a multifaceted OSINT approach. In cases like this, where the initial automated scan yields mostly surface-level profiles, an investigator would need to combine tools like Gosearch with other techniques.
Like what?
Maybe digging into archived web pages using the Wayback Machine, searching public records databases, looking for mentions in traditional media archives, analyzing company filings.
Yeah.
You have to pivot and apply diverse methodologies.
So technology is powerful, but the human investigator's ability to adapt and use different strategies remains crucial.
Absolutely crucial, especially when facing targets with tighter digital privacy practices or simply less overall online activity. It's a reminder that not everyone leaves the same amount or type of digital breadcrumbs, which can definitely make some targets much harder to profile deeply using purely automated username searching.
Gotcha. Okay, our fourth shark is Namita Thapar. She's known as the Pharma Queen.
Yes, executive director of Emcure Pharmaceuticals, big pharma company founded by her father. She's an entrepreneur, business exec, and angel investor, too.
So a Gosearch was run for Namita Thapar, and this immediately brought up some interesting leads.
Okay, what did we get for Namita?
First result showed a YouTube channel under that name, but its ownership was a bit uncertain.
Why uncertain?
It contained only one video, a short clip of the footballer Messi. The investigator speculated it might not belong to her directly, or perhaps one of her children had uploaded it. Hard to say for sure from just that.
Ambiguous. Could be anyone with that name, or maybe family use.
Her official Instagram page was also among the findings, which is expected. But then, a truly revealing piece of the puzzle emerged. A Pinterest account.
Pinterest again. Seems to be a recurring theme.
It does. This Pinterest account held saved pins, mostly related to women's fashion. But intriguingly, one pin from about 7 years prior mentioned Ash baby shower.
Ash baby shower. Any idea who Ash is?
The investigator noted that no immediate online connection for this specific event or person Ash was found during this quick search. Could be a friend, relative. Remains a bit of a mystery.
Another little breadcrumb for potential future digging, maybe.
Possibly, but more significantly, another pin on her board explicitly named a designer.
Prashant Mangasuli.
Prashant Mangasuli. Okay, is that name significant?
Yes, a quick Google search revealed him as Namita Thapar's actual fashion designer. It even confirmed that she had worn his designs at the prestigious Cannes Film Festival.
Wow. So the Pinterest pin directly linked her to her designer. Exactly. This cross-referencing served as crucial corroborating evidence. It validated that the Pinterest account was authentically hers, and it revealed this hidden professional connection that might not be obvious otherwise.
That's a fantastic example of connecting seemingly innocuous social media activity to real-world relationships and validating an account's authenticity. Even saved pins can tell a story.
Totally. Finally, for Namita, a Blogspot website was found under her name. But upon closer inspection,
Let me guess, not actually hers.
you got it. It was determined to be an unsuccessful attempt by someone else to farm traffic using her name. It had no actual connection to her. just someone trying to capitalize on her fame.
Yeah, that happens a lot with public figures, name squatting on different platforms.
So the key takeaway for Namita was really that Pinterest account. It showed how even seemingly trivial online activities like pinning fashion items can provide vital clues, validate identities, and uncover hidden connections.
It absolutely underscores the power of those less obvious social platforms. It's not always about Facebook or Twitter. Sometimes the real gems are hidden on places like Pinterest or old blogs. It's another thread in that interconnected digital web, as you said earlier.
Right. Okay, next up is Peyush Bansal. He's the tech guy.
Ah, yes. Co-founder and CEO of Lenskart, the eyewear brand. Very big in India.
Indian entrepreneur, investor. So fired up Gosearch with his username, Peyush Bansal, and it brought back, again, a bunch of results.
Okay, what did Peyush's digital trail look like?
First thing the investigator looked into was a Telegram channel. And indeed, Peyush Bansal has one, similar to Aman Gupta. So another potential source for recent updates or announcements.
Telegram seems popular among this group.
Seems so. Next, a really fascinating discovery. A Disqus comment. Remember the discs? The commenting platform on many websites.
Oh yeah, Disqus. Still around on lots of news sites and blogs.
Well, this Disqus comment was found on a news article. Apparently, a user had criticized Lenskart for using the tragic Nepal earthquake back in 2015 to send out promotional SMS messages. Bit insensitive.
Oof. Yeah, that sounds like a PR blunder. What was the comment?
It was Peyush Bansal himself responding to that criticism. He publicly apologized for the company's action right there in the Disqus comment.
Wow. A public apology from the CEO on a comment platform. That's quite direct.
Yeah. It offers this rare glimpse into how a public figure engages directly with criticism and addresses controversies. Shows a certain level of transparency, maybe.
Or maybe just rapid damage control. Either way, it's a valuable data point on his communication style and past company issues. That's a great find.
After that, an old YouTube channel belonging to Peyush was found, similar to Anupam Mittal's find.
More old family video.
Not family this time, but personal. It contained 2 paragliding videos featuring him and his wife, apparently from 13 years ago. Shows a more personal, adventurous side.
Paragliding. Okay, adds a bit of personality beyond the boardroom.
His current Instagram page and Threads account were also among the findings. Nothing unexpected there, just confirming his presence on the main platforms.
Standard stuff.
Moving on, Pinterest again. A Pinterest page belonging to him was also discovered.
What was he pinning? Eyewear designs.
No, interestingly, he had saved images related to railings and wall sculpture art.
Railings and wall sculptures. What could that mean?
The source speculates it could possibly suggest he was working on a real estate project at the time, maybe building or renovating a house. Or perhaps just a personal interest in interior design or architecture.
Yeah, could be either a personal project or just aesthetic interest. Another little clue about his life outside Lenskart.
And finally, like Ghazal, he also had a presence on Clubhouse, though activity levels weren't detailed.
Okay, so for Peyush, Telegram, a public apology on Disqus, old paragliding videos, and Pinterest hints at maybe real estate or art interests. Quite a mix.
It is.
And looking at the bigger picture here, those public apologies or records of past controversies, even if they're years old, like the Disq comment, offer really valuable insights. They tell you about a public figure's leadership style, how they handle crises, how they engage with public criticism. It shows their willingness, or lack thereof, to address issues head-on.
It builds a picture of their public persona management.
Exactly. And moreover, those seemingly unrelated interests, like the ones hinted at by the Pinterest saves railings, sculptures they can suggest personal projects, hidden passions, maybe even significant investments outside their main business, they add depth to the individual's profile.
Paints a more complete picture beyond just CEO of Lenskart.
Right. It's about seeing the person behind the brand. And sometimes those personal interests or side projects can be just as revealing, if not more so, than their professional activities.
Makes sense. Okay, our 6th shark is Vinita Singh. She's affectionately known as the Sugar Mommy.
Yes, co-founder and CEO of Sugar Cosmetics, another really popular Indian brand, this time in beauty. She's an entrepreneur investor too.
The initial search was done using one of her potential usernames, vinita.sng, with the period.
Vinita.sne. Okay, what did that find?
Surprisingly little. It only returned her Facebook page.
Just Facebook. That seems thin.
It does. So the investigator did something simple but crucial. Refined the search. They removed the period from the username.
Changed it from vinita.sne to just Vinny tasting.
Exactly. Remove the dot. And that small adjustment immediately revealed her official Instagram page.
Wow. Just removing a period made the difference. It really demonstrates the importance of trying those subtle variations in usernames when you're hitting a wall, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Sometimes the simplest change unlocks the door. Okay, so they had her Facebook and Instagram. Next, a more generic search was performed using her full name, Vinny Tasing.
Vinny Tasing. No dots, no abbreviations, but potentially a common name.
Exactly. The source notes that Vinny Tasing is indeed quite a common name in India. So as expected, this generic search yielded a plethora of results.
A flood of information, lots of digital noise.
Right. Made it difficult to pinpoint specific, relevant accounts amidst all that noise from other people with the same name.
The signal-to-noise problem again. Common names are tough.
But here's a particularly striking finding, despite the noise. Amidst all those generic results for Vin Tasing, the Gosearch output also revealed two distinct entries of breached passwords.
Breached passwords linked to the generic name. How did they verify?
These were specifically linked to emails or other identifiers associated with the target Vinita Singh within the breach data, sourced from Redline and generic Stealer malware logs. Plus, an email password combination related to MySpace was also found.
MySpace. Wow, that's a blast from the past. So even with a common name causing all that digital clutter.
Persistent investigation and those strategic adjustments to the search queries, like checking the generic name despite the noise, uncovered critical vulnerabilities, compromised credentials.
That really highlights the digital risks we all face, doesn't it? Even if your name is common and seems to blend into this vast digital crowd, old data breaches can still link your specific identity to expose sensitive data like passwords.
It shows that the digital trail, once it's laid, persists. It doesn't just vanish.
Nope. A username you used years ago on MySpace, a forgotten account on some forum, an old password reused somewhere. It can all be lurking in a data breach dump, just waiting to be discovered.
And tools like Gosearch, with that integrated threat intelligence, make those potentially dangerous connections visible almost instantly.
It's a powerful reminder that digital breadcrumbs from years ago can definitely come back to haunt you, even if you think you're lost in the crowd.
Chilling thought. Okay, finally, we've reached the man who inspired this entire investigation, Ashnir Grover, the first shark.
The one who started it all, co-founder and former MD of HaratPay, the fintech company, author of Doglapan, very public, sometimes controversial figure.
Exactly. Indian entrepreneur, investor, prominent figure in the startup ecosystem. We'll delve into his case with a bit more depth, as the source uses him to really showcase the comprehensive power of these tools when applied to a highly public and presumably well-connected individual.
Okay, let's see the grand finale. What did Gosearch find for Ashnir Grover?
A Gosearch was run for his likely username, ashnir.grover, with the period again.
Ashnir.grover, got it.
And it immediately yielded, quote, a bunch of interesting results. This included associated accounts and, crucially, compromised email and password combinations directly linked to him.
Breached credentials found straight away this time.
Yep. His Facebook account was found. Based on the photos, it was definitely him, but it seemed he hadn't been active there for a long time, similar to some of the others. His official Instagram account was also among the findings, as expected.
Standard social media presence. But the breaches are the interesting part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, if you look closely at the breached passwords listed in the Gosearch results, shown redacted in the source article screenshots, associated with emails linked to Ashnir, it showed three distinct ones. Chomkinsky, Avi Karevikar at 05, and Avyukt.
Chomkinsky, Avi Karevikar at 05, Avyukt. Okay, can we decode those?
Well, the first one, Chomkinsky, is pretty suggestive.
McKinsey? Like the consulting firm?
Exactly. A quick online search confirmed that Ashnir Grover had indeed worked for McKinsey & Company earlier in his career. So that password strongly reinforces the link between the compromised credential and his own identity and history.
Okay, that's strong corroboration. What about the others? Avikar.
Avyukt. The force focuses on Avyukt. Vyukt.
Avyukt doesn't immediately ring a bell.
The investigator noted a common pattern. People often use their children's names or variations of them as passwords. It's a terrible security practice, but very common.
Oh, yeah, incredibly common. So is Avyukt.
A quick Google search confirmed it. Avyukt is the name of Ashnir Grover's son.
Wow, okay. That's almost certainly him, then. Using his son's name as a password.
Seems highly likely. This discovery, linking the breached password Avyukt to his son's name, strongly confirmed the ownership of a specific personal Gmail address that was associated with that breach in the database.
That's the key, isn't it? Finding and confirming that personal email address.
It seems to be the golden key. To be absolutely 100% sure, the investigator performed further reconnaissance, specifically targeting this confirmed Gmail address.
What did they find?
As per the screenshots in the source article, it absolutely belonged to Ashnir. It revealed various pictures he had apparently uploaded or shared via Google services, vacation photos with family and friends. It also showed his Google Maps reviews for various services and locations.
Reviews? Like restaurant reviews?
Yeah, giving intimate insights into his dining preferences, maybe his go-to spots in certain cities or during certain trips, all linked through that confirmed Gmail.
Incredible. That one piece of information, his son's name used as a password found in a breach, unlocked his personal Gmail, which then opened up this whole window into his personal life, travels, and habits.
That really was the linchpin.
This sequence of discoveries is just incredibly significant, isn't it? It vividly demonstrates how a seemingly minor personal detail, like a child's name, when found in a compromised password dump, can serve as an incredibly powerful identifier.
It validates ownership beyond doubt.
Exactly. And that confirmed ownership of a crucial digital asset, like a personal email address, then acts as a central hub. It allows an investigator to confidently branch out and verify other connected accounts, phone numbers, and information with a very high degree of certainty.
It's a prime example of how even well-guarded, high-profile individuals can inadvertently leave these critical traces that lead to a significant unraveling of their private digital life.
Even something as simple as password reuse or using easily guessable passwords based on personal info, it can have cascading consequences in the face of data breaches and OSINT tools.
So, with his personal Gmail address confirmed, the investigation really stepped up a gear, didn't it?
Sounds like it opened the floodgates.
For further reconnaissance, using this confirmed Gmail as a pivot point led to the discovery of his phone number.
Found his phone number from the email account recovery info, maybe?
Possibly, or other link services. The investigation also uncovered Mr. Grover's UPI ID, that's the Unified Payments Interface ID, used for instant bank transfers in India. The source even mentions there was a playful note attached inviting people to send him 1 rupee.
Huh, okay. Found his payment ID too. Anything else?
Yep. Even another phone number was found, along with an iCloud account, ashnir.grover@icloud.com.
2 phone numbers and an iCloud account. The picture is getting clearer.
To verify the phone numbers, both were cross-referenced with Truecaller, the caller ID app.
And did Truecaller confirm?
It did. Truecaller confirmed that both numbers genuinely belonged to Ashnir Grover.
Wow. Okay, verified phone numbers. That's significant personal info.
The first number seemed linked to a dormant Telegram account, not recently active. But the second phone number had an active WhatsApp account.
WhatsApp. Did it have a profile picture?
It did. And the profile picture further confirmed his identity. So from a breached password based on his son's name, they got his Gmail, which led to verified phone numbers and other accounts.
A very clear trail, meticulously followed.
Finally, the investigation even uncovered a potential address related to Ashnir.
An address? How?
This was discovered in a legal document found online. It related to a court case where Ashnir Grover was being sued by Shashvat Nakrani, one of the co-founders of Broadpay, apparently over unpaid shares.
Ah, legal documents. Often publicly accessible and full of PII.
Exactly. The first address listed in the document belonged to Resilient Innovations Private Limited, which is the legal name for Broadpay, standard corporate address.
Makes sense.
However, a second address, this one in Delhi, was also present in the document, associated with Ashnir. Pinpointing its exact location on maps proved difficult, according to the source.
Why difficult? Obscured in some way?
Possibly. But further research revealed that this specific Delhi address belonged to an LLP, a limited liability partnership company named Ashgrove.
Ashgrove LLP.
Ashgrove was founded in 2021, and the board of directors included Ashnir Grover and Maturi Jane Grover, his wife.
Ah, so the address linked in the lawsuit wasn't directly listed under his name, but under this LLP controlled by him and his wife.
Precisely.
Well, this demonstrates a pretty sophisticated tactic that wealthy or high-profile individuals often employ, doesn't it? Using legal entities like LLPs or trusts as a front, a layer of obfuscation to protect personal addresses and other assets.
It acts like a shield.
Exactly. It raises an important question. Is this Ashgrove address a genuine business address for the LLP? Or could it actually be their residential address, deliberately obscured for privacy, with the LLP acting as a corporate veil?
Hard to tell for sure without more investigation, I guess.
Very hard. Such structures are frequently used precisely to add layers of separation between an individual and their personal property or investments, making direct tracing much more challenging for, say, creditors, litigants, or even just nosy researchers. It highlights the lengths some people go to maintain privacy in an increasingly transparent digital world.
So the core message from this entire investigation, especially the deep dive into Ashneer Grover, wasn't about doxing him, right? The author emphasizes that.
Right, doxing meaning maliciously publishing someone's private information with harmful intent. That wasn't the goal here.
The goal was to vividly illustrate how effectively OSINT tools and techniques, when combined with persistence and critical thinking, can unravel sensitive information about even highly connected, presumably cautious, and very public individuals.
It's a powerful testament, really. It shows that even the most guarded figures inevitably leave digital breadcrumbs. And when those breadcrumbs are meticulously pieced together by a skilled investigator using modern tools, they can paint an incredibly detailed and sometimes very private picture of their lives, their connections, their habits, and ultimately their vulnerabilities. V, the unavoidable digital footprint. Key takeaways.
Okay, so let's take a step back and reflect on what we've actually seen here. After witnessing these really in-depth examples from, Aman Gupta's unexpected Mercedes in France to Ashneer Grover's deeply personal details being revealed through a simple compromised password.
Yeah, quite the journey through their digital lives.
One truth becomes, abundantly clear, doesn't it? In today's interconnected world, complete anonymity is, it's virtually impossible.
It really is an illusion for most people most of the time.
And that holds true even for those individuals, like these sharks, who have immense resources, probably security advisors, a heightened awareness of the risks, and who actively try to protect themselves.
Even with all that, the footprint remains. Every click, every profile sign-up, every online interaction contributes to this growing, persistent digital record that is incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to fully erase.
And the core insight for me, listening to all this, is just how interconnected these digital traces truly are.
Absolutely. The digital world is a deeply interconnected web. We saw it time and again. A single username leads to multiple platforms. A seemingly innocuous family connection, like Anupam Mittal's niece found via his old blog, opens up entirely new research avenues.
Right, or even a forgotten image, like Aman Gupta's profile pic, tells an unexpected story when you look closely.
Or Namita Thappar's Pinterest saves revealing professional connections to her designer. And Ashneer Grover's son's name, used in a password, becoming the absolute key to unlocking his personal email, phone numbers, payment IDs, even hints at his residence.
It's a web where every thread seems connected, often in ways the individual probably never intended or even considered.
Precisely. And this inherent interconnectedness means that even seemingly isolated pieces of information, scattered across different platforms and time periods, can be linked together by skilled investigators using the right tools. They form a much larger, much more revealing picture. It demonstrates the profound challenge of maintaining strict separation and privacy online.
Which brings us back, I suppose, to Gosearch itself. It feels like more than just another tool in the OSINT toolbox.
I agree. It represents, I think, an evolution in digital investigation, particularly suited for this age, where those traditional boundaries between public and private information are becoming increasingly blurred, almost meaningless sometimes.
And for security professionals you mentioned earlier, it offers a significant upgrade.
Definitely. The speed is crucial. The comprehensive coverage across hundreds of websites is a major advantage. And most critically, that integrated threat intelligence linking usernames directly to known breaches and exposed credentials.
It doesn't just find accounts. It actively flags vulnerabilities.
Right. It provides that crucial layer of real-world security insight that traditional username enumeration tools often lack. It tells you not just if they have an account, but if that account or the associated credentials might already be compromised. That's actionable intelligence.
So maybe to put it another way, the sharks might rule the business tank, right?
Right. In their world, they're the apex predators.
But maybe in the digital ocean, these comprehensive tools like Gosearch, they're the new apex predators. Constantly finding new ways to map our online lives, connect those disparate pieces of information, and reveal what we might prefer to keep hidden.
That's a good analogy. The tools are evolving to hunt effectively in the digital environment, regardless of how big the fish thinks it is. Hashtag outro.
So we've journeyed through the really intricate world of OSINT today. We've witnessed the impressive power of tools like Gosearch, combined with clever scripting and good old-fashioned investigation. And we've seen how it peels back layers of digital information, revealing some genuinely surprising details about some of India's most prominent billionaires. From old Instagram profiles hinting at early personal connections, to a Mercedes license plate revealing unexpected European ties, and even the simple naming of a son and a password unlocking a trove of personal data. The digital breadcrumbs are absolutely everywhere.
They really are, scattered far and wide.
But look, this deep dive isn't really just about famous personalities, is it? It's meant to be a stark reminder about the vast digital footprint that you, listening right now, leave behind every single day.
That's the real takeaway.
Every online action you take, every profile you create, every casual photo you post, even the simple act of signing up for some new service or app, it all contributes to this growing mosaic of data. And that mosaic tells a unique story about your life, your interests, your connections.
And as we've seen very clearly today, potentially your vulnerabilities too.
Exactly, those vulnerabilities. So what does this all mean for you? In a world where every online action, every profile, even a casual photo, can leave a digital breadcrumb that persists for years. How do you navigate that delicate balance between having a digital presence, which is almost necessary today, and maintaining some level of personal privacy?
It's a tough balancing act, isn't it? No easy answers.
And maybe a final provocative thought to leave you with. What seemingly minor detail in your online life, perhaps a forgotten account on an old forum, an old photo with an obscure background detail you never noticed, a reused password from a decade ago, what tiny thing could tell an unexpected, maybe even unwelcome story to a determined investigator equipped with tools like these?
Something definitely worth pondering as you navigate your own digital world.
Indeed. Continue your own deep dive into understanding your digital self and the trails you leave online. Be mindful. Thank you so much for joining us on this, I think, truly enlightening deep dive today.
Thank you for tuning into the Malfunction Radio powered by God Access. That was a great breakdown from Adam and Eve. It's been a pleasure guiding you through today's deep dive into the world of cybersecurity and red teaming. Remember, if it's not malfunctioning, we're not doing it right. Stay curious, stay secure, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye!